Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Pi 2, want to talk about the holy month of Quran. Before we start our discussion, let me recite our dua first. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi zidni ilman. My Lord, increase me in knowledge. Amin. Before we start, let me introduce myself first. My name is Amirul Ikhwan Bilokman and I am from Kelantan.
Okay. My name is Abdul Qayyum bin Mat Yusuf and I'm from Kelantan also.
My name is Muhammad Faris Fahmi bin Azrul Effendi and I am from Perak.
Okay, my name is Ramadhan bin Abdul Aziz and I am from Johor.
Okay, let's continue to our speech today. So guys, what do you know about Ramadan? As for me, Ramadan is a month not only when Muslims keep away from food, but everything we do during this month causes us to develop faith or taqwa. The holy month of Ramadan is where we recharge our iman, faith for the entire year. So, Qayyum, what do you usually do during Ramadan?
In Ramadan, I usually read the Quran. As we know, Quran have 30 juzu. So, our Ramadan, that is holy month, also have 30 days. So, we can read Quran daily in the holy month of Ramadan. So, every day we have to read one juzu. So, we can complete 30 juzu of Al-Quran in the end of holy month Ramadan. Besides that, we can keep the daily routine to read the Quran not only in holy month of Ramadan, but in other months, in the next of month. So what about you, Fan?
As for me, I usually do sunnah, pray sunnah salat before and after salat. During this month, there are so many extra blessings we can attend and praying our voluntary prayers before and after our obligatory salat is an easy way to gain this. If we give ourselves the time to pray this extra salat for this month, then during the rest of months, it would become like second nature to us. Make this a habit, and you would soon feel incomplete in your salat without your voluntary prayers and feel so much more separated when you complete them. Not to mention, your blessings be increasing and you would feel more accomplished. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah will build house in Jannah for whoever is diligent in observing 12 sunnah rakat as follows: 4 rakat before and 2 after Zuhr, 2 after the Maghrib, 2 after Isya, and 2 before Fajr. Yes, the sunnah, the prayer sunnah salat, when do you do that, you can get a special reward from our God. Is Allah. And you, what?
Okay, other than that, the thing that we can do in Ramadan is to increase our remembrance to Allah. Okay, why we need to why we need to increase our remembrance of Allah? This is because when we increase our remembrance to Allah, you can increase ourselves or yourself, our darjat or reward for the month. For example, if you want to go to school or work, the path from your house to your place is, for example, 10 minutes. In that 10 minutes, you can make many selawat or many zikir to Allah. Okay, for the conclusion, it is important to remembrance of Allah because Allah don't need us, but we need Allah.
Lucky. As for me, I usually do some zikir. It's called Zikir Fatimah. Do you guys know what is the Zikir Fatimah? The zikir is conclusion that so simply the zikir is where you usually recite Subhanallah for 30 times, for 33 times. Allahu Akbar 33 times, and then Allahu Akbar Alhamdulillah for 33 times also. And for the rest we need to plus it with one, that is La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. That's all from me, and I usually recite it before sleep.
A good thing.
Besides that, guys, do you know that there is extra reward for those who provide the food for those who need it? As for me, we can see that our mom serving or provide us to break the fast. The Lord will give our mom extra reward, which is because our mom provide us food for our to breaking fast. As you can see that when we serving food or when we give someone to eat or to break their fast, it's simply that Allah will give he or him reward which is anybody can receive it. How about you, Kevin?
Okay, for me, I think the one thing that we must do in this Halimah is do not engage in unnecessary talk. We knew that in this Halimah we need to zikir, remember Allah, so that we can zikir to remember Allah and reduce from talking unnecessary talk in this Halimah. Example of unnecessary talk is like you talking to the others about games, about sports and many other things. So that kind of talk that do not give any benefit to us in this Halimah. So that we need to avoid it and increase our zikir to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So
do you know that there is a surah is about the people who talk behind the others? The surah is called Al-Humazah. In the surah, Allah say that the one who talk the bad things about the others will receive the reward which is hell. It's called mother has. Okay, that's for me.
that's a fun fact of you.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing with us. Okay, how about you, Fahmi?
For me, they have one good deed which you can do in the Halimah is visiting a sick Muslim or a sick people. Because in Hadith Prophet Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there is no Muslim who visits a sick Muslim yearly in the morning, but 70,000 angels send blessings upon him until evening comes. And if he visits him in the evening, 70,000 angels send blessing upon him until morning comes, and he will have a garden in paradise. When you visit a sick Muslim in the Halimah, you get extra rewards from our God, Allah, more than you visit a Muslim or a people sick in the other months. Just from on your opinion. My opinion. How about you?
Okay.
Uh,
The good deeds that we can do in Ramadan is give extra charity. Give extra charity doesn't mean we give a food or beverages to the homeless or others, but we can also donate our clothes to them. Besides that, in Ramadan we have a one system that is a zakat, which is the one who can pay the zakat, pay the sum of the money of what the rice they eat in their home. Okay, but Prophet Muhammad said that even the smile is a charity. What is does mean?
it means that
This mean that
even a small things or small good deed is a charity which is it can provide us to extra reward.
yes.
Okay.
Although we don't have the money, but if we smile, we can give some benefit to the month.
Okay. Besides that, do you guys that know that in this holy month we can seek forgiveness from Allah for the Muslim all over the world? There is a hadith is talk about whoever seeks forgiveness for believing man and believing woman, Allah will write for him a good deed for each believing man and believing woman. That hadith from Tabrani. Besides, there is a source from Al-Quran by Surah Al-Baqarah. The translate is means by this have we made of you an ummah justly balanced, that you might be witness over the nations and the apostle witness over yourself. Then there is a surah talk about it also, Surah Al-Imran, the 110 word ayah. You are the best ummah raised up for people. You enjoin good and forbid evil, and you believe in Allah. This is a powerful way to make the best out of our Ramadan. What about you, Qayyum?
Okay, from me, one point that I think we must do in this holy month is attend lectures and events in the masjid. There one hadith that sound like whoever goes to the mosque not desiring except to learn or teach what is good has the reward of a pilgrim who completed his hajj. So this hadith say that whoever that go to masjid and learn or attend lectures, he get the reward just like a pilgrim who complete his hajj. So it say that we need to in this holy month we need to increase or go to masjid frequently, so we can attend lectures and events in the masjid. What kind of events that have in the masjid? It have such as we can do many good deeds in the masjid. It's like pray, do sunnat prayers, pray jamaah with the others, zikir and recite the Quran, and itikaf. So we can also break the fast together with our other Muslims
At the mosque.
at the mosque. Yes.
It also can bonding.
Yes, it can make a tight bond, make our bonding with others more tightly.
Oh, okay. There is so many events that we can do at masjid, right?
Yes.
How about you?
Do you know in the holy month is Ramadan, they have a one special night. What we call that?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
I don't know.
The Muslim call the night is Lailatul Qadar. Yes. The night is very special. Very special.
Yes.
And in Holy Quran, the God says Laylatul Qadr is better than 1,000 months in Surah Al-Qadr. The rewards from prayers of this night is equivalent to 1,000 months. This is a great opportunity to get closer to Allah and build up your spirituality. You can do many sunnah salat in this night. Example like salat tahajud, salat taubah and other salat. Yes.
When the Laylatul Qadar?
In Islam,
There is no
specific date.
But I just listen from some ustaz, the range between the Laylatul Qadar is the last 10 nights,
Yes.
which is it provide 20 day 20
Di Ramadan?
into 30 days in Ramadan. Between the range, there is 1 month that we can call it as the Laylatul Qadar. But the only people that can feel the Laylatul Qadar is the one who very Muslim, very have a big faith in his heart. Okay, stop. Along with fasting, there are also other rules that Muslims should follow during fasting. So basically, there is the thing that we can and cannot do during this month. Often people think that brushing your teeth is not allowed while fasting. That's not true. You can brush your teeth provided you don't swallow the water. So basically, when you start to brush your teeth, you took your teeth and the toothpaste, you just brush it as usual, but don't swallow the water.
But I think we also can't brush teeth for the long time, right?
Yeah.
So the duration of we brush teeth must be
Reduce it.
we must reduce it. Right.
So basically, when we brushing our teeth during the Ramadan, we need to reduce our duration. As basic as usual. When we do not fasting, we can brush it every time we want. For example, we take it about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
When in Ramadan, we need to only took in about 2 or 1 minute only. Okay, that's it.
It's better before sahur or
It's better as after taking the sahur, before the subuh, we wait. While waiting, we need to take a bath and also
Brush.
because brushing our teeth during the day, it is makruh. Okay. Second, you can shower, bath and go swimming as long as you don't swallow any water. But this thing also makruh. Many people think that this is illegal because it provides us, it can refresh our body. But it's not illegal at all. It is just makruh. When we leave it, we get the reward. Okay. What you get, Qayyum?
Okay, from what I get is in this holy month we should not swearing, gossiping or arguing or being disrespectful to the others. This is the holy month, so we need to reduce our sins. So if we keep doing the thing just like swearing, gossiping or arguing, it might cancel our fast and make our heart more black. So we need to leave these things behind and do the good deeds, just like I said earlier, just like zikir, recite the Quran, so that we can get into the Jannah when in the akhirah. Okay. Next is smoking. In this holy month, we also can smoking because it not just bad for our health, but it's bad for other people's health. When we smoking, the smoke that people got inhale the air will also get the effect So Islam is also prevent the Muslim from smoking. So this is shows that smoking is one thing that we have to leave it behind and be a healthy person to not for us but to other people also. So what about you, Fahmi?
Yeah, I have a question for you. What about vaping? Is it totally different things? Which is smoking is we use the cigarette, but vaping we just use the electronic things, which is it reduce the unbenefit of the things.
I don't think so. From my perspective, I think vaping and smoking it is just the same thing. So it is will give us many effect to our health. So I think vaping and smoking is the things that we need to throw from our life and be and start a healthy life without it. Okay, is it answer your
Yes.
question?
Thank
Okay, we continue with Fahmi.
In my opinion, other things that you can do in the holy months is you can drink water when fasting, but you can chug as much water down before sahur and after iftar. But how if you accidentally drink water, you can fast in other day, in other months, because that qada your fast in the other months.
And if we can control our fast, we should pay fidyah.
Fidyah, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Next, sexual relations between married couples are banned during the daylight hours of fasting. A main part of fasting is about controlling your desires. If you married, you cannot do a sexual relations with your wife. Yes. How about you during the day?
Other than that, we can chew the gum. Although is in our mouth, and although we do not swallow it, but it cannot because the taste of the chew has inside to our body, which is can make our fast break. And lastly is taking the medicine orally, which is the people who have asthma. They can use the inhaler for health purpose only, not for others. Okay.
Okay, so it is allowed for the asthma people to use inhaler.
Yes.
So guys, do you know that there is a lot of benefits when we fasting during the Ramadan? Such as we can increase our neurotrophic thinking or increase our brain. No doubt you will be aware of the positive effects fasting can have on your mental well-being and spiritual focus. But the brain boosting power of Ramadan are even more significant than you might think. A study carried out by scientists in the USA found that the mental focus achieved during Ramadan increased the level of brain-derived produce more brain cells, thus improving brain function. It can make us more smarter during or after we fasting during the Ramadan. What do you got, Karim?
Okay, one benefit that I got is when we fasting in this holy month of Ramadan, we can promote weight loss. Okay, fasting is a great way to achieve weight loss. It is because we don't eat anything in the morning, and we just eat in the when the sun is down. Okay, so our portion will be more smaller and safe. So we will eat just a little, so that it will make our body more healthier, and our body will lose fat, so that it will be sleep. So I think in Ramadan can change the body of someone, or and can make someone lose their weight. That's some of benefit that I get. So how about you?
One benefit I get from Ramadan, lower cholesterol. We all know that weight loss is one of the possible physical outcomes of fasting during Ramadan. But there's also a whole host of healthy changes going on behind the scenes. A team of cardiologists in the UAE found that people observing Ramadan enjoy a positive effect on their lipid profile, which means there is a reduction of cholesterol in the blood. Low cholesterol increases cardiovascular health, greatly reducing the risk of suffering from heart disease, a heart attack, or a stroke. And what's more, if you follow a healthy diet after Ramadan, this newly lowered cholesterol level should be easy to maintain.
Okay.
For you?
The one benefit that we can get in Ramadan is when we fast, it's good for cardiac health. Do you know what is the cardiac health?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It means that a person with heart disease. Okay. Fasting during Ramadan can have a significant impact on heart health. It reduces blood pressure and cholesterol level, which helps to lower inflammation and improve blood flow. This reduction in risk factors can lead to a lower risk of heart disease and stroke. However, individuals with pre-existing heart conditions should consult with their healthcare provider before beginning to fast, so that they can observe fasting as their health will permit.
Okay. So guys, do you know that there is a thing or the main reward that we can get in this dunya? It's called the month of celebration, Eid Mubarak. During this month, the most of Muslims need to celebrate their Ramadan by eating as much as food as they can, wearing some brand new clothes, and get some money from their other relatives. In this month, we need to be happy because it's just like a celebration after we survive this month. So don't ever think about the fasting in Ramadan is such a heavy thing that we need to do. There is a prize or valuable reward that we can get after we survive the Ramadan.
Okay. I want to add. I think the hikmah of Ramadan is we can feel what the others Muslim in the poor country face when it don't have any food or money clothes, so that we can feel that the feeling of them in this holy month, so that we can sympathize for them, and we can make a dua. As we know, the dua is the weapon of Muslim, so we can give our dua to them and dua for their healthiness and happiness.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a good point. Okay. So
Oh.
guys, that's all from us. Thank you. Bye.